Here we go, family, with another Loyal African Mind video. It's King Ajalana Asulu. I just met this sister. Her name is Valerie. I asked her, can I give her a God name? We call her Nura, which means the value of rock. I asked the sister about her antennas. She said somebody told her. So we went from dreadlocks to locks to antennas. That means we transmit and receive. We were talking about us being solid sunlight that turned into liquid, and that became solid. The inside of us, we have liquid sunlight, and the melanin is solid sunlight, but it also moves. And we are talking about Ra being something that radiates activity. And so we know all atoms and all cells radiate activity. So Valerie, we're going to go in. Activity. What we say it was called? A Nura?
A Nura.
Okay. Tell the people.
I think that as black people, we need to get ourselves together and buy us a plot of land and create our own communities, have our own grocery stores, have our own beauty supplies, our own barbershops. I mean, we already doing that, but we scattered.
Can I interject?
Yeah.
And critique it a little bit? Okay. We at the Loyal African Minds, we're saying our own. We don't know what that means. It means like it can be selfish. We're in a capitalist free enterprise system. So the word we want to use is Kujichagulia, is part of the Ngozi Soba that we learned through Kwanzaa, which means cooperative community operation. So we need co-ops.
Yeah.
That this is not owned by the individual, it's owned by the community.
It's owned by the community. And like my girlfriend Gail has farmers market that she do in West Oakland. It's called Freedom's Market.
Is that what it had the red, black, and green flag at? And that's supposed to be the African village?
It's called Freedom's Market. She have a flea market down in the West every weekend.
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
My girlfriend Gail Myers. And they, like you said, a co-op. All those are black farmers out there. All those people selling, they grew them vegetables and fruits they sell. And all that, like you said, a co-op. They already doing it. We just got to get together and put this on our own land and get our own community.
Let me say this. Okay, family. Each community, right, when they came with the CRIP, they said community, revolution, and progress. Each community must be in progress. When they came with blood, they said Black Liberation Organization Operating Development. So we have to be who we are. We can't worry about what the Europeans say because they never said anything good. We know they are the ones who strike terror across the earth. They're Romans. They roam the earth. They rush in. They're Germans. They spread germs. They're Italian. They change words. They're England. They swoop down. They're Anglo-Saxon, which means angel Satan. And we can go on, right? They tell you who they are when you listen to the Alvinoid. Everything he do in his mind is right, and everything anyone else does that doesn't support their privilege is wrong. We're going to listen to Sister Anura. But what we're saying, each community must gather its people and take whatever abandoned building, tell them the tax money that your community say, and say, we want this to go on the auction. Get your own people, vote for city council, get yourself in there as mayor, and we sell these lands and particles or parcels to each other for $1, $10, $100, but it doesn't belong to the individual, it belongs to the community.
Exactly. So like with her farmers market, what they do is they recycle the dollars within the farmers market. So you buy your fruits and vegetables from farmer Mr. John, and you go over to Sister Lucy and buy her homemade jellies. There it is, recycling the dollar in our own community. So within that flea market, the money just goes in that circle, and it's all black owned.
Okay, let me ask you another question. Do black people got a plan?
No.
Do Chinese people got a plan?
Yeah.
How do we know that Chinese people got a plan?
Chinatown.
So anywhere they go,
they got a little Chinatown, a little Saigon in every city.
So that's what the first
thing. They got
thing.
A little Mexico in every city.
So the first thing they do, right? They don't mind working for the white man or any man, but they pull their money together and they want to eat the food from their own land.
Exactly.
They want to dress in the clothes from their own land. They want to go visit art and music from their own land.
And perfect example, since you said they want to dress in their clothing in their own land. So
from their own land.
From their own land.
No matter where they at on earth, right?
You said that, in the Bay Area, Lady took her little son to the store.
Mhm.
They had on African attire.
Okay.
The white lady said, "Oh, was it a costume party?" And the mother went off. So the question is, one, was she wrong for going off? Or two, was the white lady wrong for saying what she said?
Let me answer that question.
Because you
Yes.
don't never ask a Mexican child when they got on their Mexican attire. Oh, was it a costume party?
Can I answer that question? Right? Because I don't want people to get the wrong picture. Number one, black people, we care too much what white people think and we care what they say. Damn what they think, damn what they say, right? You stop biting into what they think and say. They have nothing good to say about you. They have nothing good to think about you. So if you wear your African uniforms, just look at each other. That's beautiful. It's the most beautiful thing. It's the most versatile clothing on earth. And so you don't have to worry about what they say or what they think. Do you? The greatest victory that the Europeans have, right, that we continue looking at them instead of looking at each other. The scariest thing for them is when we look at each other and we don't listen to them, we shut them out.
Yeah.
We create our own system. We eat what we like to eat. We go where we like to go. And so they will always try to get in the midst of us to disturb us from doing righteous. So we're not all the same because we are righteous people. And I bet you, that good white friend you have, that good person, when it's come time to speak out for you and your cause, or come time for Unite Africa, or come time to kick the Europeans out, they are very silent. When it's time for worldwide reparations for all the millions of resources that they stole out of our motherland and how they placed us all over the earth, they will be silent. So therefore, the goodness that you see is when you're doing evil and wickedness. That's what they're good at. When you become a righteous, truthful people, they won't even be nowhere around.
They won't, and that is so true. Like I said, with this election, the old white devil Donald Trump, his whole election is funded by the Ku Klux Klan. His daddy was a Ku Klux Klan.
That is nothing new. They're supposed to do that, and why are we surprised? I don't know. They have never stopped being who they are. So the thing about what I'm hearing is that we're hoping that one of them change to help change us. And so instead of looking inside our own selves, because they're looking for their genetic survival, they're looking to proceed for their kids and their grandkids.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at them. The only thing that we can do, the Chinese have Chinatown. You have Little Italy, you got the Polish community, you got the Greek community, and they say we're all one, but they know where they come from.
Oh, yeah.
So there's no Negro land, there's no black land, there's no African American land.
I'm still trying to find out where African America is.
And so African America is North and South America. We have always been here. There was never a time that we was not here. And so we need to do what we do and stop trying to do what they do.
Exactly.
I have another question.
I just lost my ticket. Oh, there it goes. You welcome.
You ready?
Yeah.
As far as learning centers, since they're not funny educational centers, would it be feasible for us to create our own learning centers?
Oh, yeah, because they do not teach about Black history.
It's not their job either, though.
No, and if you ever have been to Boston,
Okay, Boston.
they have so many statues of the Black soldiers. They have what they call the Freedom Trail. You follow the Freedom Trail. It's black and red lines on the sidewalk. It's got the Freedom Trail. It's the trail that Harriet Tubman took the slaves.
Okay.
See, I've traveled. I was in
The Underground Railroad, the Freedom Trail.
And in Detroit, they also have what they call the Black African American History Museum.
Okay.
They have the very first black movie ever produced. It's a museum. You go in, you stand on these blocks of years, and they ask you to say something about their year. It's nice.
That sounds like a beautiful
It
experience.
really is. It's a nice place to go because that's where you learn your Black history. They even take you on the slave ship where they brought us in over. And I swear, when you go in there, you can hear them. You can hear them because you go in this ship. And it's like hollow, but know, you just see slacks of wood, and you can hear and you can vision how they did us.
Okay. Can I critique that? You mind if I critique that for a minute? Okay, here we are, people. They tell us to forget our ancestors. The Islam Muslims, they want us to understand Prophet Muhammad and his companions. The European Christians, they want us to understand Jesus and his disciples. The Hebrews want us to understand the patriarch of Abraham to Moses to Joseph. And so what we are understanding with the sister saying that we have ancestors that's speaking to us.
Exactly.
We got one particular period over here in North America and Central and South America. It was the travel to slavery. But we're going to go into another deep part because we can uncover slavery. But we need to find out, before that adventure of slavery, who were we? What did we do? Did we have industry? Did we have society? Did we have civil laws? We're going to check in with the sister because we're trying to find out what we know, what we don't know, and what we need to know, and what we need to throw away. Some of this bullshit we need to throw away.
Exactly. Stop thinking that America was built only by the white folks. Black people built America. We made peanut butter. We made the iron. We made the pressing comb. We created the first computer chip. Was black man.
Well, can I get you to do something? Right? Let's go past what they call the United States. And when we say America, let's include the northern continent and the southern continent, North and South America, because they bring us they bring us into the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And so sometimes when we speak, we say Jamaican or we say Haitian, because these are what the Europeans did. They call us Nigerians and Ethiopians, or black people and French. But what if we had one identity worldwide? What if we had one global identity and we was ancient Nubian souls, just born in new bodies? Over and over and over and over again.
It sure sounds better than calling us African Americans.
Okay.
I cannot get with that. I am a black woman. I wear oil called black woman. Okay. I'm not African American because I have no idea where that land is.
Well, that's what Jesse Jackson did when he promoted the.
Stop calling us.
No, but that's what he did when he wanted us to go out in numbers for the Democratic Party.
Exactly.
You have to understand, every time they give us a new name, it has a political agenda behind it. But one time we was niggers, we went to niggers, we went to colors, we went to Negroes, we went to Afro-Americans, then blacks, then African-Americans.
Yeah.
So we setting the precedent. Can you say Nubian soul?
Nubian soul.
Okay, so we're going to say Nubian souls.
Yeah, I would love to be called that.
Okay, well, say it.
Hey, Nubian soul, because I am an African queen.
Okay, so you are a Nubian queen?
Exactly.
Okay, and so this is the next question we have. Within the economic system, which is paper fiat, which is a debt receipt, is there a paradigm where we can create our own currency based off available resources?
Yeah, well, based off available resources, no. But if we have resources, we can create our own.
We have a mother continent. Once we say Nubian souls and stop saying African American or African Canadian or African French or African Brazilian or African Nigerian, we realize we have a mother continent. And what they're doing on the mother continent, they're kicking homosexuals and they're kicking Europeans out of the mother continent. And they're saying we will fend for ourselves with our own resources. And we'll be willing to trade with China, India, and the rest of the world who will respect our decision-making skills. To the European group, this is unfathomable. It hurts them not to be in control. And so we are not catering to their privileges or their feelings. We're dealing with the reality that we are a global people. We're Nubian souls. We are the Ancient of Days. And what we're asking, each community, each week from the community, our people need to deposit $20 into a community trust. It can be at any bank, but it should take a council of elders to go into that trust, 10 to 20 people, and then those 10 to 20 people must go before the community to approve any loans. So if we take 1 year, if everybody in the community put $20 in a week, at the end of that year, we should have some millions. And for anybody who come together with a plan, not an individual, but a group, it should take 10 signatures to start any business in the community. And 80% of the business should be owned by the community. Would you agree with a global movement like that?
Yeah.
Okay. How would you feel about Daishiki Day? We're asking people to either wear your African clothes Friday when you get off work all the way to Sunday to midnight.
I love that.
So we action on Daishiki Day that you don't buy anything from nobody globally, worldwide, from Friday to Monday morning.
That works for me. I actually, with Black Lives Matter, I actually did not buy anything that they asked us not to buy anything. I did it. My son actually has his own clothing line, and it's F&F University. And if you look on his clothing line, he has a shirt that says, Black Lives Matter. If my life don't matter, why should your life matter? And it's true. You know, it's not all lives. It's not all lives. It's Black lives. They killing our men like 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Indians.
Okay, but
And this is, it's not, you know.
what we saying at the global, what we saying at the Lawyer African
We
Minds?
gotta get together as a people and
What we saying?
because I'm gonna tell you, when the Klan come out the cut, you better be ready.
Okay, but
Because they're coming.
what we saying at the Lawyer African Minds, right? That's not what we worried about.
Yeah.
They have never went away. They have always been here.
Always been there.
Okay,
There are judges,
we're not mad. Okay, well that's not. We know that.
police.
The point we saying we're not worried about them. We already know who they are.
Yeah.
We're talking about raising our children to be self-sufficient,
Yeah.
right? We send our people to work, and then you have a school raising them. Then you have TV raising them. So we're talking about bringing African dance, bringing sewing machines in the community.
Yeah.
We're talking about
All my
Action.
girls did African dance. I even African dance, and I made sure they did it growing up.
but we're actually the community because we have what we're trying to do is not be individuals. That's what the European came and raped Africa and turned us into individuals. We always had a group consciousness. I mean, if we were in a group, if somebody stole something, whether we knew it or not, we knew it, right? Because you disturbed the force of the group. You disturbed the spirit of the group. And so Europeans, they have a group conscience, right? Even though it seems like they don't like each other, they do things to black people on a group level. Even the ones who say that you're friends, right?
Yeah.
They don't stop the ones who are doing things.
Exactly.
We don't see any group of white folks. We don't hear the white church. We don't hear the Kiwanis clubs. We don't hear the Lions. We don't hear the ones that work with you. The only thing that they say, all lives matter, right? And Barack Obama messed up everything. You don't hear them having anything good actions to do to make the world or the system a more enjoyable experience for the whole earth.
Exactly.
And when we say the whole earth, we're talking about the trees, we're talking about the insects, we're talking about the atmosphere, we're talking about the animals. Because one thing the Europeans don't realize that other races or other groups realize that the whole earth is a conscious. The whole earth is a living organism. Like there's no group of the organism that's better. In their mind, man is superior, right? In our mind, man is a part of.
Exactly.
So if you had something to say to Africans, the Nubian souls, globally, because we're in Australia, we're in China, we're in India, we're in South America, we're globally, what would you say?
We got to get together and get us a plan.
Would you be willing to help us create a plan?
Sure.
Okay, that's Lawyer African Minds. The Queen is calling me. I got to pick the phone up. Peace and blessings.